Guys, Bitcoin right now looks like it's still holding a very significant support level, which I want to share in today's video. I'm going to update you guys about the trade setup that I've been posting earlier, and we are going to have a look at some different charts like the S&P 500 and the Dixie to see whether those charts can tell us basically something on what might happen with the Bitcoin price action. So guys, let's jump straight into it. I want to start off with Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and the daily time frame is actually looking quite interesting because we have a kind of descending triangle right here. We got a declining resistance, as you can see right here. We got a horizontal support, but it looks like we broke above the declining resistance, and right now we are just hovering over that support. Like in a bit I will show you exactly why these levels that we are testing right now is important, but first I want to have a look at the momentum indicators on the daily time frame. So we got a uptrend in the relative strength index, and it looks like if we do get a green candle close today, that we might get a bounce from this support again. If we do get a red candle, it's still possible that we are going to see a break of this level, which means that we basically get a lot of we unlock a lot of bearish momentum for a continued move to the downside. But if we close today green, I think it's still possible that we can see a continued bounce on Bitcoin. But I will show some clear invalidations and structure in the shorter term time frame as well. Then let's go to the 4-hour time frame, so we can see a little bit more clear. And now I get rid of the momentum indicators because the price action of Bitcoin is just actually quite choppy in this range. As you can see, we broke above that resistance. Right now we're actually hovering around that resistance, but there's a lot of stuff which is aligning there. And first of all, we got the 61.80%, the golden ratio, as you can see right here. That is measured from the bottom right here till the top, so that means that is a very important level. We got the uptrend in this bigger rising channel, which is aligning there as well. We did broke below it, we got a wick below it as well, but right now we are trading basically back into the channel. And normally I would say that is a good sign if we trade back into the channel after a fake out. However, this one doesn't look the most cleanest, to be honest, and there's still some resistance. That is this horizontal level right here, which is roughly starting at 19,150 going to 19,200, which we basically lost, and right now this level is acting as resistance. So before turning bullish that we can see a short-term bounce, I really would like to see Bitcoin break above this zone, hold this level as support, and then we might see a increase in the price going to the middle or maybe even to the top of the channel. But right now there's not a lot of confidence in the markets yet that is going to happen. Then I want to go to the daily, to the 1-hour time frame actually, and show you what is happening there. Here I want to bring out the momentum indicators because we are seeing something interesting over on the relative strength index, and that is that we actually are forming a uptrend in the relative strength index, while in the price we were forming a downtrend, right? So this can basically mean that the bearish momentum in this range is actually getting exhausted, and that bullish momentum might step in the moment we break a nice resistance level. So if we would break 90,200, then it is possible that we are going to see some increased bullish momentum due to the fact that the relative strength index is showing these bullish divergences. So that is something to watch, and I think the trade idea is definitely still standing, but it's not that certain as when we were posting the trade, because we did have like things like negative funding rates and so on. Right now when we go to willportal.com, we do see that the funding rates, the average funding rate is positive, and over the past couple of months, basically any time when the funding rate was positive, eventually the price went down. At one moment this is going to change, of course. But guys, as of now, it still looks like that with a positive funding fee, the chances of the price going down is just slightly higher. But we do have a good sign, that is the Bitcoin exchange balance, which have seen a significant decrease. And for everyone who've seen the tutorial I've made on this chart, basically every time when we are seeing a significant decrease in the Bitcoin balance on exchanges, often, most of the time, the price tends to trend upwards from there. So that is actually quite an interesting signal that we are seeing right here. But yeah, what I always say, structure remains most important. I would say technically we're still in this uptrend structure in this rising channel. However, price action is really choppy and we could see a break of the channel if we were to lose the level of 18,800. That would be for me a decisive level where I think if Bitcoin loses that level, we're probably going to see lower levels. Then guys, I want to bring you all first to the Dixie, because the Dixie is looking quite interesting, and I want to go to a 4 hour, actually want to go to the 1 hour time frame, because what we can see in the Dixie is that shorter term time frame we could be forming a topping formation. So we have a top right here, we come down, then we have a bounce, but now what we can see is that we're getting the beginning of a rounded top, a potential rounded top, and the relative strength index is going down, and we have the other indicators, MACD, Orion's belt, coming down as well, which means that basically there are a lot of bearish divergences over on the Dixie in the 1 hour time frame, which basically means that in the shorter term time frame, the bullish momentum is running out of steam. Which level you got to watch basically in order to see further downside? Well, we take the top right here till the bottom. Then we have the 61.80% coming in at roughly 112.93. If we lose this level decisively, guys, we might see a continued decline in the Dixie short term, which means that the price of Bitcoin most likely is going up. Then guys, let's have a look at the S&P 500, because the S&P 500 remains an important chart for Bitcoin. And what we can see on the S&P 500 is also structure-wise is not too bullish yet. But when we have a look at the momentum indicators, then we definitely see that the bearish momentum is getting exhausted in the S&P 500. The price is just making lower lows all the time, while the relative strength index is making higher lows. We are seeing it on Orion's belt. We are seeing it on the MACD as well. So this is actually just interesting to see that we have all these bearish divergences on the Dixie. We got all these bullish divergences on Bitcoin, S&P 500 and stuff. So that is just an interesting note. It doesn't necessarily mean that we right now going to see a reversal, so the Dixie going to come down and the others are going to go up. That is not it's not a certainty with these divergences. It is very important with divergences that with a bearish divergence, that we lose a significant support level, and with a bullish divergence that we break a significant resistance level, because if it just remains divergences and we are not seeing it expressed in the price, is basically a invalidated divergence. So that is very important to note right here, that we still have to break some key levels. So on the S&P 500, I would say the key level to break right now in the shorter term time frame is 3,640. With Bitcoin, it is 19,200 in the shorter term time frame, and for the Dixie, it is roughly 113, which we have to break to the downside. Guys, that was it for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If so, smash up that like button. Very, very much appreciated. And yeah, guys, I want to wish all of you an awesome day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.